Welcome to this edition of the Rhody Reporter. I'll be your host for the segment, Mark Zaccaria. Here in Rhode Island, the governor has recently received some pushback for her use of executive orders to affect the level of quarantine needed to slow down the spread of COVID-19. As a fan of small government that trusts in the maturity of its constituents to make good decisions, your erstwhile Rhody reporter could take issue with many of these orders. But there's this. What other choice did Ms. Raimondo have? In order to confer the exalted title of representative government on any of these shelter-in-place orders, they would have needed to be legislated as laws of the land. Lawmaking requires lawmakers, however, which brings us to the curious second session of the current Rhode Island General Assembly. It's curious because there ain't one. We still have the annual requirement to craft a big operating budget for Little Rhody. It says on paper, the state constitution to be exact, that the legislature also has formal duties of oversight of the administration of the last budget. And let's not forget all those legislative grants which have to be doled out to worthy brothers and sisters-in-law. Look what happens when there's no pork flowing down from Smith Hill. Already this year, poor Dr. Victor Pedro has had to announce the closing of his practice. What caused Cranston's favorite chiropractor and amateur neurological researcher to go out of business, you ask? Why, the delay in the payment of his latest $1 million-plus taxpayer grant. Oh, the humanity. So with all this important stuff on their to-do list, where are those pesky state solons? The answer to that one is following their leaders. House Speaker Mattiello wants to stay out of the limelight while small matters like the prosecution of his former campaign manager and his own Ethics Commission investigation sort themselves out. Right now, the Speaker doesn't mind being unavailable for comment on anything. Similarly, Senate President Ruggiero, himself a handsomely compensated union official, has an inkling of what may have to be done to recover from this year's $800 million deficit. Whatever the remedy, it won't play well with his brothers and sisters in the public service unions. So he's also thrilled to take the pandemic excuse and just close up shop. Oh, and each of these so-called leaders is quite happy to have the governor fall on her sword whilst trying to figure out the politics of pandemics. Better her than them. In fact, much better. Too bad they each began the session by ceremonially administering the oath of office to their respective chambers. You know the one. It's from the state constitution, the one where they swear to serve the citizens of the ocean state. Yeah, that one. So now you know what their solemn word is worth. Both the Speaker and the Senate President understand the admission of guilt they've made. Each also believes there will be no consequences, though, in November. I don't know. Think this will be the time they're wrong?